Well, if you have been around for a while, you no doubt remember that when the internet was first becoming a thing, there was a cartoon that was published and it immediately went viral that basically says on the internet, nobody knows that you're a dog. It was drawn by, as I say down here, by Peter Steiner, and it was in the New Yorker magazine on July 5th, 1993. And since then, it shows up absolutely everywhere because it carries a really great message. It's not just a humorous cartoon. The great message of this cartoon is that we are invisible to the outside world when we're behind the screen of the computer. We go out on the internet, nobody knows anything about us unless we tell them. And for those of us who have disability, it's a wonderful thing because we could actually paraphrase that cartoon to say on the internet, nobody knows that you're disabled, and they don't unless you tell them. I went looking for a cartoon actually that said that very thing, that nobody knows you're disabled on the internet. But I couldn't find one, actually. So if you're good at drawing, you probably come up with one. I'd love to see it if you do. There's other ones like nobody knows you're a terrorist, nobody knows you're an arms dealer, nobody knows you're a cat, nobody knows you're a bot. There's many other variations, but I have yet to see one about being disabled. And that's kind of a shame, because as I said, it is good for us in so many ways, because even though I think the political correctness thing has created a veneer maybe of politeness and whatever around disability, people still are pretty uncomfortable with disabled people, and especially those who are very visibly disabled. They just don't know how to handle us, how to treat us, how to be normal around us and just include us in things and whatnot. So I made a little list here of some things that I just wanted to talk about with respect to that, because I think for many of us this is a daily challenge to be dealing with. But when you are invisible on the internet, the good things for us as disabled people with multiple sclerosis, we're not treated differently. Isn't that nice? We're not treated any differently from anybody else. If we take an online class, if we make a blog post, whatever, unless we specifically say we're disabled, and sometimes even then, people aren't going to treat you any differently. Because, and the main reason for the because, is that people actually get to know you as a person before they immediately see that veneer of you being disabled in some way. And that has got to be a good thing. I will admit that one main reason that I took the classes that I took online for my Master's of Divinity was to test that out. Well, it wasn't that academic, no. I wasn't doing any kind of a study. But I wanted that anonymity. I love the fact that it's an online program, because I thought, well, this is the great leveler. It's going to make all of us equal, not just those who are disabled and those who aren't, but those who are introverted versus those who are extroverted. We all get the same opportunity to post our answers and our discussions and whatnot, and it was a really great experience, and I still am enjoying it. My last class, it's just now starting. So in 8 weeks I'll be done. Yay! It's a long time coming, because it took about, oh gosh, it's in its 5th year, I think. Well, the other thing that I wanted to say is that you get to know other people. They get to know you, but you also get to know them. They're treating you just like a person, right? And isn't that refreshing? Isn't that nice? You don't have to get past the being disabled thing. And then we have equal access is another big, big, big one. As someone with limited energy, it's really hard for me to go shopping. I don't enjoy it anymore. I was never a big shopper, I have to say, but even now, if I need to go to several stores to find a certain item, I'm really not able to do that. I just run out of gas. I've said that in another video, that you just get that nerve fiber fatigue and you're done, and there's nothing much to be done about that. But if you need a book, you can go online, and there's several stores you can go to. You can try thrift books if you're happy with a used copy. You can do many things, and you don't have to worry about getting tired. And you can actually see stuff. That was my other problem. The one shopping that I always enjoyed was bookstores. But you have to turn your head like this to see the spines. And I'm sorry, but I can't do that for very long at all. And I get pretty tired. So now I can do it online. I can get what I need, and it's perfectly simple. I don't waste a lot of energy just getting the things that I basically need. And since I'm not a big shopper anyway, I don't really care that I can't try things on. I'll tell you what, I hate trying things on. I do. And I think you can all agree with me. It takes a lot of energy to take your clothes off and put the clothes on, and then take them off and put your regular clothes back on. I want a cot when I'm done with that. I want to curl up with a blanket and a pillow and just take a nap after that one. So I get equal access on the internet, and that's really good. But I also think that there's the freedoms that we have, maybe not everything they're cracked up to be, right? Because at the end of the day, we're still dealing with disability. And at the end of the day, people still have the opinions that they have about disabled people, whether they're willing to express them or not. Nothing's changed because they don't really know. And I really do think the only way for people to actually overcome their preconceived notions about people with disabilities is for them to encounter people with disabilities and get to know them and realize, they're people, basically. Before they're a disabled person, they're a human being, and they have value. They have personalities, they have gifts, they have things they like, things they don't like. Getting to know someone is always a joy, at least I think so. And that's equally true whether the person is disabled or not. So as a person whose disability is not visible immediately to people, I walk into a room, and oftentimes I walk into that room without a cane. I might be on my husband's arm, but that doesn't signal anything to people. So I do stuff, I'm involved in stuff, I'm well spoken, I get up and give talks, I've done different things. And when people find out I have multiple sclerosis, oftentimes their comment is, but you look so good, or you don't look disabled, or whatever. And they truly mean that as a compliment. And I'm going to take it that way. I think one of the things that's incumbent on us with disability is to give grace to people who just don't know what to say. I understand that. Really, honestly, we aren't that big a percentage of the population. And people can go a long time without encountering anyone who is in a wheelchair or needs an assistance to get from point A to point B, or maybe has a speech defect. I don't know if defect is the right word, but has trouble articulating what they want to say. And not because of any problem with mental processing, but just because physically the nerves that control all your facial muscles are just not cooperating. I have the opposite problem, to tell you the truth, because when I get involved in things, people forget that I have multiple sclerosis, and I hate to play the disability card. So I find myself overdoing it just so that I don't have to say, oh, I can't do that, I have multiple sclerosis. But I've had to draw the line. People have thought, okay, she can get up on a ladder, or she can stand on that chair, or she's got good balance, or she's got boundless energy. I have to kind of clue them in. No, that isn't actually the case. Or anyone who turns to me at a meeting and says, can you take notes? I mean, yes, that's offensive on other levels, but I have to tell them, not if you want to be able to read what I write. You don't want me doing it. Well, people who know me now, they would never ask me to take notes at a meeting. And that's good. That's very smart on their part. So I don't know. I've been kind of thinking that maybe by being involved in things and letting people know appropriately that I have multiple sclerosis, I've been wondering, is that a form of advocacy? Because they get to know me as a person before they find out that I have a disability. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, maybe that's a good thing. But is it really? And I want to hear your thoughts on this because I've struggled with that. Because I am not really the face of disability. I'm not the face of multiple sclerosis. I mean, I am a manifestation of that disease. I have that disease. I have that challenge in my life. But I am not the only one. And just because people get comfortable with me at my level, are they going to be comfortable with someone who is, say, in a wheelchair or even less mobile than that? Are they going to really have learned anything, in other words, about the value of people with disabilities? I like to think that my involvement in the world is doing some of that, but I just don't know if I'm kidding myself. Because am I sort of pretending in a way that I'm like everybody else when I'm not? And is that helping or hurting? Now, I really struggle with this, so I'm really wanting to get some feedback on that to find out from you whether I should be, I don't know, more something. I don't know what it should be. I'm not going to fake being disabled, more disabled than I am. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to say no to everything because, oh no, I can't do that. I have MS. You know, I can't do that either. So what is the right balance? I'm really struggling with that, and I would love to get some feedback from you. So leave me a comment. As always, it's been really good to be here, and I hope that you'll join us here on You and Me and Multiple Sclerosis, and we can have a really great conversation. I should say, my name is Pam. I usually forget to say that, but I want to know your names, and I want to get to know you. So have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.